Where are we going?
Dad's house.
Dada's house. Hello, welcome back. It is Marissa from Marissa Mom. If you're new, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe, as I upload a new video every single Friday, and I love interacting with you guys and just hearing what you want to see. Today's video, background's a little bit different. I'm not in Canada anymore. I'm actually down in LA, and we've been here for a few days. We've kind of settled in now. Yeah.
And I always watch your video.
Do they? Oh, that's awesome. So I'm going to talk about flying from Canada to the US, Toronto to Los Angeles, YYZ to LAX. I even know with some of my friends, they were like confused that I could actually come down to the States because the borders are closed right now between Canada and the US. So I want to explain that a bit better. So for driving, they are closed. You can't just drive across the border unless you're an essential worker. And I believe it's also if you have immediate family. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on it. However, for flying, it's not just essential. So from what I can gather, anyone can fly. But I'm going to take you through our process. I recorded as much as I could without feeling awkward in the airport. And then we also got into LA at night. So I couldn't really record too much when I got here just because it was nighttime. But I do want to explain that for you.
We flew.
So it's about an hour drive from our house to the parking lot that I parked my car at while we were gone. It costs about $4 a day. They have a shuttle service that takes us directly to the airport, and luckily we were the only passengers in the shuttle, which was nice. I always check in online, so it just makes it a little bit easier getting to the airport. As soon as we walked into the airport, I just had to go to the kiosk to print off my bag tags and the tickets. And then at the Toronto airport, I don't know if other airports across Canada have this. Maybe they do. I know in Regina they definitely don't. But there is a self-bag drop-off where you put your own tag on, you put it on the belt, it scans it all through, and it just goes through and goes to the normal baggage place, which is super convenient. So I didn't really have to talk to anybody. Once we did that, we walked over to security.
There was literally no one there.
There were two people standing in front of us. The security person was behind a plexiglass. So I just had to hold the ticket up against the plexiglass and then they scanned it. You do have to scan your ticket again. You do it yourself. They just have the scanner there, you slide it under, scan it, and then you go put your stuff in the bin, go through. So once we got through security, then we went to customs. Again, it wasn't busy because there's only two people ahead of us, so one person was already gone, and there was a couple that went to one machine, and then we just went further down to another machine, and you're not directly beside someone. After that, we actually had to go talk to the customs agent. Again, no one ahead of us. We surpassed the people behind us, so we were in front and just walked through, talked to the agent. They asked us the normal questions: why are you going down here, for how long? Went through. Once we made it through customs, we headed towards our gate, and as you can see, it is not busy at all. There was literally nobody in this little hallway with us. There were only 3 international flights going to the US, so that explains why it's not busy at all, and only one area was actually open for passengers to go to. Again, there was nobody in the airport. Even Elijah kind of commented on it. He was like, "It's so quiet."
Mama,
Yeah.
but we went on one flight.
We did go on one flight, yeah. Pretty much all the stores in the airport were closed aside from 2 food places. I got us 2 sandwiches and a big bottle of water, and the total was $33. I could not believe it, but I guess I really had no other choice, so I had to pay for it. When it was time to board, we actually were just standing up because Elijah was tired of sitting for 2 hours. When going through, I thought there was going to be temperature checks. They're going to have all these questions for us. But that wasn't the case at all. We just went through. I gave him the boarding pass and the passport, and I just had to pull my mask down to show my face. Did the same thing for Elijah. Just pulled his mask off, put it back on, and then we just went onto the plane. The only time we were ever asked about any symptoms or sickness was when I was checking in. So when I checked in online, it does go through and say, oh, have you been to these certain countries? Do you have any of these symptoms? But that was it. I never actually talked to a person and had to answer that. Plane actually did fill up where there's only 2 people per each section of 3 seats. So the middle seat was usually open, but every row had people in it. The flight attendants, they were wearing like, it almost looked like hazmat suits. They were pretty much like covered head to toe with like gowns. They had gloves on, they had a face mask, they had like the face shield as well. So there was no way they were catching anything. They came through and first gave out these little baggies. What came with it was a water. There is a face mask, some pretzels, just a little message. There's headphones in case you didn't bring them. I just found out that they will just give you them. I always thought that you had to pay for headphones, but they legit will just give you them if you ask for them. Cleaning wipes, which again is great if you didn't bring your own. I brought them with me, so it was easy for me to just wipe down the trays and the seats before we sat down. And there's a little hand sanitizer bottle. They gave us 2 because there's one for me and one for Elijah. I just got a ginger ale. They gave me the full can and then just put the little cup on top. The guy that's sitting behind us just throughout the flight, so it was about a 5-hour flight. I think it was just when he was eating, he had his mask off, of course, but the flight attendant kept coming and being like, oh, you need to put your mask on, like you're not protecting yourself or others, you're putting us in danger, like put it on. So he was kind of getting ticked off about that, and then even at the end of the flight as we're getting off, he made the comment being like, I got yelled at 3 times for not having my mask on. It just shows that the flight attendants are taking it seriously and they are talking to people. Elijah, can you stop please? The airport was not busy at all. Like there was no other flights. And I don't know if it's just because we were coming from Canada, but there was no one here. And then once we got to baggage, that's where it was a bit more congested, just because everyone was standing in like the same area. And we just went outside, we still kept our masks on, and then we just waited for Tawan. But we are here now, we are safe. We are going to enjoy the sunshine, and I will see you next week with a whole new video.